All right, let's take you now to this live event. The Umkhonto where Sizwe Party is holding a media briefing following Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana's medium-term budget policy statement. Let's listen in.
A sharp increase in the debt to GDP ratio, an intensifying cost of living crisis driving millions into deeper poverty, insufficient investment in critical social services, and an alarming increase in illegal immigration due to the lax border control. This alliance between Ramaphosa's ANC and the DA signals a troubling commitment to the IMF-backed policies that have continually failed our people. The MTBPS, presented under the guise of structural reforms and private sector participation, clearly signals an intent to defund, collapse and privatize our state-owned entities, in effect state-owned companies. We urge each and every South African to consider the following facts. Now, let us present a factual comparison of our current economic indicators to those of 2018, underscoring how IMF-backed austerity and underfunding of critical departments under Ramaphosa have worsened social outcomes. Moreover, we will highlight how the MKP, inspired by the people's mandate, would budget differently to create real solutions for our economic crisis. Let's start by looking at the fundamental economic indicators. First, in 2018 under President Zuma, GDP per capita was sitting at 82,000 rand. Under President Ramaphosa's leadership, this figure has dropped to around 78,000 rand in 2024. This decline reveals a shrinking economy with limited opportunities and increasing poverty, especially for the black majority. IMF-backed austerity has failed to increase our capita income and has indeed contributed to decline in the quality of life. Second, in 2018, South Africa's debt to GDP ratio was approximately 53%, which, while concerning, left a room for targeted fiscal investments to stimulate growth. However, by 2024, Ramaphosa's austerity-focused approach has driven this ratio up to a staggering 74% or even higher. Despite painful cuts to health, education, and social security, debt has spiraled, limiting our ability to invest in South Africa's future. Under MKP leadership, we would prioritize inclusive growth, ensuring a stronger economy that sustainably reduces debt while improving social outcomes. Third, South Africa's Gini coefficient has risen to a world-leading 0.67 in 2024, showing that inequality has deepened under Ramaphosa's administration. This statistic underscores how wealth and income remain concentrated in the hands of the few, with little progress made to uplift the marginalized black majority. This is a direct result of economic policies that overlook transformation, employment equity, and fail to support essential public services, especially those meant to uplift black communities. Lastly, in 2018, our unemployment rate stood at 24%. Under the current administration, these numbers have reached a crisis low levels, with unemployment now sitting at 33% and youth unemployment close to 60%. IMF-backed austerity has failed to create or stimulate industries, or to even create jobs that could support the youth and small businesses. Now let's reflect on the consequences of the ANC-DA IMF austerity-based budgeting, which are not merely reflected in a macroeconomic indicators, but they also affect the sectors that are critical to our people. For instance, our healthcare system has been chronically underfunded over the last 6 years. Facilities lack resources, medical supplies, and personnel due to insufficient budget allocations. This has led to poorer health outcomes, lower life expectancy, and suffering for millions, particularly those in underserviced black communities.